I never gave zinc a second thought until I watched my wife's father struggle with his health. It started with little things. His hair was getting thin, and a small cut on his hand just refused to heal. We were worried it might be something serious, but it turned out to be a mild zinc deficiency. What really shocked us was how a few simple diet changes completely turned his health around. In this video, I'm going to share the subtle signs we learned to look for, and the exact dietary tweaks that made all the difference. It's easy to overlook a mineral like zinc. We hear about vitamins C and D all the time, but zinc often flies under the radar. And yet, this essential mineral is a powerhouse, quietly working in over 300 vital enzyme reactions in your body. It's crucial for everything from building proteins and creating DNA to supporting a strong immune system, healing wounds, and even keeping your senses of taste and smell sharp. Your body doesn't have a dedicated storage system for zinc, which means you need to get a steady supply from the food you eat. When that supply starts to dip, even just a little, the effects can pop up all over your body, often in ways that are so subtle they're easy to brush off. At first we brushed them off. We figured my father-in-law's symptoms were just part of getting older. But what we learned is that these signs are your body's way of sending up a flare, asking for a nutrient it desperately needs. So stick with me, because understanding these signs and knowing how to respond could be a game changer for your health or the health of someone you love. When you think of a nutrient deficiency, you might imagine really dramatic symptoms. But a mild zinc deficiency is far more common, and its signs are a lot sneakier. They can creep up on you disguised as everyday complaints. For my father-in-law, the two that really got our attention were his hair and his healing. First, let's talk about hair loss. This isn't just about a few extra strands in your hairbrush. A zinc deficiency can cause noticeable thinning of your hair, or even hair falling out in patches. Your hair follicles absolutely need zinc to grow and repair themselves. When you're low on zinc, your body has to start making tough choices. It saves its resources for the most critical jobs, and unfortunately, making new hair isn't at the top of the list. We noticed my father-in-law's hair getting visibly thinner over a few months. He was worried, and so were we. It's a distressing symptom, and one many people just blame on age or genetics. The second huge red flag was how slowly his wounds were healing. He got a small cut on his hand while gardening, and weeks later it was still red and not fully closed. This was really unusual for him. Zinc plays a key role in every single stage of wound healing, from helping blood clot to creating collagen for new tissue and fighting off infections. In fact, your skin holds a good chunk, about 5% of your body's total zinc. So when a simple cut or scrape takes forever to heal, it can be a clear signal that your body is missing a fundamental building block for repairs. These were the two signs that pushed us to get answers, but once we started looking, we realized other, smaller signs were there too. For instance, he'd been getting sick more often, catching every cold that went around. A weakened immune system is a classic sign of zinc deficiency. Zinc is vital for developing and activating the immune cells that act as your body's soldiers against bacteria and viruses. Without enough, your defenses are down. He also complained that food just didn't taste as good anymore. This loss of taste or smell is another one of those weird but common symptoms. The enzymes that control these senses depend on zinc. Many people, especially older adults, think this is a normal part of aging, but it could actually be your body crying out for this key mineral. Other potential signs include a loss of appetite, skin rashes that look like eczema but don't respond to creams, diarrhea, and even mood changes, like being more irritable or feeling down. In men, it can affect testosterone levels and fertility. It's a long list, and the symptoms are so varied, it's easy to see why they're often missed or blamed on something else. So, how does someone become deficient in such an important mineral, especially in countries where food is plentiful? There are a few key risk factors, and my father-in-law, being an older adult, fits squarely into one of the main categories. As we age, our ability to absorb nutrients can decrease, and dietary habits might change, leading to a lower intake of zinc-rich foods like meat and seafood. But age is far from the only factor. Your diet plays the biggest role. People on vegetarian or vegan diets have a higher risk. This isn't because plant-based foods have no zinc, but because they also contain compounds called phytates. Phytates, found in whole grains, legumes, and seeds, can actually bind to zinc in your gut and block it from being absorbed. So even if your food contains zinc, your body might not be able to use it all. Certain health conditions can also be a culprit. People with gastrointestinal diseases like Crohn's or celiac disease often struggle to absorb nutrients, including zinc. Chronic liver or kidney disease can also interfere with your body's zinc levels, and lifestyle choices matter. For instance, heavy alcohol consumption can impair zinc absorption and increase how much you lose through urine. Finally, some life stages just demand more zinc. Pregnant and breastfeeding women need more to support their baby's development, and teenagers in a growth spurt have higher needs too. It's not about blame, it's about being aware. Understanding these risk factors can help you connect the dots between your life, your health, and the subtle signs you might be experiencing. After a doctor's visit and a blood test confirmed a mild deficiency, we were advised to make some simple dietary changes. We were floored by how well they worked. Here are the 4 key things we did, which can help almost anyone looking to boost their zinc levels naturally. First, and maybe most obviously, we focused on getting more zinc-rich foods onto his plate. The most powerful sources are animal products because they don't have those phytates that block absorption. Oysters are the undisputed king of zinc, with more per serving than any other food. But more common options are fantastic too. We started adding more beef, pork, and chicken to his meals. A single 3-ounce beef patty, for example, can provide nearly half of a man's daily recommended amount. Seafood like crab and lobster are also excellent sources. For vegetarians or anyone wanting more plant-based options, there are great choices. We made a point to add pumpkin seeds and cashews to his salads and snacks. Legumes like chickpeas and lentils are also good sources. And fortified breakfast cereals can be an easy way to get more zinc in. Second, we got smarter about zinc absorption. This is especially important if you rely on plant foods. We learned that how you prepare foods with phytates can make a huge difference. Soaking beans, grains, and seeds in water for a few hours before you cook them, and then rinsing, can lower the phytate content and make the zinc easier for your body to actually use. Sprouting or fermenting foods helps too. We also paid attention to his supplement timing. High doses of iron supplements can compete with zinc for absorption, so it's best to take them at different times of the day. Third, we worked on supporting his overall gut health to help with any potential absorption issues. Even without a diagnosed digestive disorder, promoting a healthy gut can improve how you take in nutrients. This meant adding more fiber from different fruits and vegetables, and including fermented foods like plain yogurt to support a healthy gut microbiome. The fourth and final strategy was a supplement, and this comes with a huge, important warning. This was our safety net. Supplements can be very effective for fixing a deficiency quickly, but they are not something to play around with. I have to be really clear here. You should never start taking a zinc supplement without talking to a healthcare professional first. A simple blood test can confirm if you even have a deficiency. Taking too much zinc can be toxic, causing side effects like nausea, headaches, and diarrhea. Even more seriously, taking high doses of zinc long-term can mess with your body's ability to absorb other essential minerals, like copper, and lead to a copper deficiency with its own set of serious neurological problems. The safe upper limit for adults is 4 mg per day from all sources, food, and supplements, unless a doctor tells you otherwise. For my father-in-law, his doctor recommended a specific low dose for a short time, and it was exactly what he needed to get his levels back on track. The change in my father-in-law's health was incredible. Within weeks, that cut on his hand had finally healed. Over the next couple of months, we could see his hair looking thicker and healthier. He had more energy, his appetite came back, and he just seemed more like himself. It was a powerful reminder of how a small nutritional gap can have a big impact, and how simple, targeted changes can bring back your vitality. This story is personal, but the message is for everyone. Your body is constantly talking to you through subtle signs. Thinning hair, slow healing, getting every cold that comes your way, these aren't just random annoyances. They can be meaningful clues about what's going on inside. So, I encourage you to take a moment and think, do any of these signs sound familiar for you or someone you care about? If they do, please don't guess or run out to buy supplements. The most important step you can take is to talk to a healthcare professional. They can properly assess your symptoms, run tests if needed, and create a plan that's right for you. If this story was helpful, or if you learned something new, hitting that thumbs up button really helps more people find this video. And if you want more practical health tips, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you ever experienced any of these symptoms? Let's share our stories. Remember, paying attention to the small details of your health is one of the most powerful things you can do. It's not about being a hypochondriac, it's about being proactive and empowered. Addressing something as simple as a mild zinc deficiency can make a world of difference in how you feel every single day. Thanks for watching.